Hey guys, Tom Stewart here. I'm with Liz Trotter. This is Smart Business News. A very special day. It's Liz's birthday. Happy birthday, Liz.
Thanks, Tom. I'm having a good birthday. I did get yelled at by my daughter this morning. She gave me grief because I had to do a little bit of work this morning. And she's like, I thought you wanted us here so you could spend your birthday with us, and now you're off working. I was like, are you really shaming me on my birthday? What are you doing right now? Go away.
It's your birthday. You do what you want to do.
You know what, Tom? It's like you were channeling me, or I was channeling you. That's pretty much what I said. Hey, Nina. That is pretty much exactly what I said. I do what I want. It's my birthday. Yeah. I even made my grandbaby watch, what was it? Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. And she's like, I don't like that tough. It's not your birthday. So I want to watch Mickey Mouse. Well, guess what you can watch on your birthday? So yeah, we're having a good day so far. But is it getting you all excited for your birthday tomorrow, Tom? Is that what happens for you? Every time I have a birthday, do you start feeling like, wow, and now it's almost my birthday. I'm so excited. You can go ahead and lie, Tom. It's all right.
I'm sorry?
Oh, no, you're glitchy. You're glitchy. Where are you, Tom? Where are you coming back from?
Yeah, I am Denmark, South Carolina. I drove over 2 hours to get a COVID. I drove 2 hours to get a COVID shot. Yeah.
Does everybody in your family have them, or is it just you?
Janice, she's good. And Richard's only 16, so he's not in an age group yet where he qualifies.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about him for a while. Hey, Linda, thank you. Appreciate it. I just saw that you wished me happy birthday in group also. I responded there. Yeah, I'm having a good birthday. I feel tired, though. Like, company is wearing me out on my birthday. Like, I need a nap. You all party. I'm gonna rest over here. All right. Well, let me share my screen here because I can really quickly just go through. You know, we're closing out March and finishing up our little session here on foundations. We just have one more class tomorrow. Hey, Heather. Hey, Robin. Thanks, you guys. I almost said happy birthday to you guys, too. This is a normal response, right? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, having a good day. You guys, tomorrow, we are going to be playing PHC Jeopardy, Professional House Cleaner Jeopardy. So anybody that has taken the PHC course, hey, Trisha. Oh, same date. Lots of people. Thanks, Ro. Amy Wiggs King's her birthday today too, or birthday twins. So who wants to play PHC Jeopardy tomorrow on Tom's birthday? It is not an April Fool's joke. We're really playing, and we already have one contestant. Denise is going to be playing, and so we need someone, or I guess we need two people that want to square off against Denise. Do you think you can answer more of the professional house cleaner questions than Denise can? Come on now. Party. Yeah. Right, Trisha.
You know, I was looking at the questions. We have it all set in the Jeopardy board, and some of them are pretty tough.
Tom, you're not encouraging people to want to play.
Oh, it's going to be fun. It's not that way. If it's trivial, if everybody knew the answers, it wouldn't be any fun.
Well, it's not Trivia Pursuit anyway. So, no, this is PHC, Professional House Cleaner Pursuit. So I know Robin can't play. He has somewhere he has to be tomorrow. Linda, how about you? You're on here all the time. Yeah, you don't want to play with us tomorrow? Go live. All right. Well, if we don't get any of you guys, we're going to have to bring in some ringers. Oh, Trisha, you didn't take the course? Well, maybe you want to play then and find out whether or not you need to. Oh, good reminder. Don't buy the course today. Shh, don't tell anybody I told you that. Tomorrow, there's a special. There's going to be a special tomorrow on the PHC course. And you're all going to want to be taking is it ARCSI or ISSA, Tom?
It's arclearning.com, so it's RD.
Okay, so ARCSI, you're going to want to be there for this special. It's a really good special. All righty. So, well, I guess we should get started if nobody really is desperate to play. It has been so long. I am afraid I've forgotten stuff. This is your chance to quiz yourself, Linda. Come on now. I'll be on your team. You're going to be live. I'll give you hints.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to go up against Denise. Do you really? Are you saying that you think Denise is more professional than you? She can answer more PhD questions than you can? All right. I mean, I'm not going to argue that. Denise is pretty cool. All right. If that's what you're thinking, I'm going to have to remember that, though, Linda. So we have to have a membership. I don't know, Tom. Do they have to have a membership?
They don't have to, but you get deeper discounts if you do. It's probably getting a membership to ARCSI would be an awesome investment for a lot of reasons, even beyond PHC. But you definitely get really good discounts if you remember.
No, and we do know that. So I will be in and you are my backup. All right, Linda, you're the second. So Linda's up. She's going up against Denise, Tom. I don't know who we're going to get.
We can have contestants. That's normally the way the game's played.
Yeah, we're gonna still get another person here. And I'm not, hey, Leslie, thank you. I am not planning on bringing in a ringer, you guys. I'm not planning on bringing like Bruce in.
Yeah.
I'm not planning on bringing David in. But we want to get people in here because we do want to play. We think it'll be fun. Trying to close out the end of March, close out Tom's birthday, and close out this foundation's conversation. All right, so what you guys know we've been doing over the course of these last 3 weeks is just sort of giving some like a behind the scenes mini look at some of the courses. The courses don't really give the whole picture. If I had time tonight, I would rewatch the course. Somebody's competitive over here. Yeah, I wouldn't do that, Linda. I personally would not do that. Yay for you. And so the little, I guess, I don't want to say teasers because they're not really teasers. They're like little blips of the actual courses. They don't give a real great picture because, we can only do so much in this small amount of time. But we did want to give people an idea of how the program works as far as the different topics, what we cover, that we go a little bit more in depth. And then the pieces that are missing is over the course of this week, over the course of the Foundation's week, you're collecting data. You're also collecting your biggest takeaways. At the end of every class, you do a deep dive on your personal company within that topic, and you create some deliverables, and they're different for different companies depending on what you need. So you would break out and create different things. So that's sort of just a quick overview. Do you think I'm missing anything about that, Tom? How the courses kind of work?
No, it's a broad section of just the business part of running a cleaning business. We really don't talk a lot about cleaning at all, but everything from I guess a concept standpoint. It's not prescriptive. We all, you, myself, Derek, we all do things differently, but common things amongst all of the core processes necessary to run a cleaning business from a business standpoint is thoroughly covered in a very long but fast week.
Yeah. It's a very intensive week. And so usually we tell people after Foundations Week, you do want to have a couple of days, ideally 3 days, to just sort of decompress and let your brain absorb the information and start processing and filing and figuring out how you're going to use everything. Because it is a lot of information to process and to figure out. Plus, you go home with so many items that are complete, so many new systems and processes that you kind of have to figure out how you're going to put them all together, how you're going to implement everything. Not to mention that we send you home with a year's planning, annual plan in 5 different areas. Tom, 4 areas, 5. I think it's 5.
Well, there's 5 basic areas in the business stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I think
but you know, one of the cool things about it, though, is, I mean, it's hard work. It's like it's exhausting in some ways, but you're doing it with other people, and it you know, you don't even realize, you know, how hard you're working until it's over, and it's fun. I mean, it's work, but it doesn't feel like work. It's fun.
Yeah. And it feels like you're kind of hanging. It's funny because you don't really think of as like other business owners as your friends until you go to Foundations. And then it's like you're hanging out with your friends and you're all kind of doing the same thing together. But okay, we're going to move past that and let's get to, let's see if I can figure out how to get over here and get to the presentation. So today we are talking about controlling your quality. And you remember that Tom was just saying that this is not a prescriptive course, and we're not telling you what your quality is or should be. We're not going to talk a lot about the actual cleaning because that's up to you. You have to decide how you're going to do that part. But what we are going to talk about are the foundational systems and processes and just your foundational needs for, sorry guys, let me close this door. Come on. I got cats, I got babies. Oh, you name it, I got them over here. And my whole family, of course, is here today. All righty. So, one of the things that happens when we mention the word quality, almost everybody's initial thought is around the idea of the actual cleaning, the level that we're cleaning to, something to do with the cleaning, how well you are able to get things cleaned. But when I'm talking about quality, and when we're talking about quality as a much bigger picture, we think of quality in a much more holistic view, because quality is not just the cleaning. I think enough people recognize that the cleaning all by itself is just a very, very small piece. Well, maybe not very, very small, but it is a small piece in the overall scheme of things. It's an important piece, but other things are also very, very, very important. And I like to think of them with this acronym of RATER. And you guys know that I really like to measure stuff. So rating things makes sense to me. So the first thing I have here is R for responsiveness. Now, when I'm building this, I'm like, gosh, everybody that looks at it has said responsiveness seems like it should be at the end, Liz, and that reliability should be at the beginning. But no, the reason responsiveness is at the beginning is it all starts with how well you hear what the client wants. Because if you can't hear what that client wants and respond to that, your quality is lower straight out of the gate. We were just talking today, my whole family was going back and forth with our funny stories around going to a hotel or trying to order fast food. And we're trying to talk about what we want. And the person that works at the establishment is talking over us or telling us what they're going to do for us or explaining. And we're like, just stop. My daughter said that she literally told the lady at a hotel, so this is how this is going to work if I'm going to stay here. You're going to stop talking. You're going to let me talk. And then you're going to respond to what I say. Okay? Because 10 minutes, the lady kept going on and on and on about what my daughter needed to do to get the room that she wanted, blah, blah, blah. She was like, yeah, she's killing me. She's not listening. So I think most of us know, but it's sometimes a reminder that our responsiveness, how well we're responding to what the client is saying, and sometimes not even what is coming out of their mouth. Sometimes it's what they're communicating in other ways. A sigh is something that you actually need to hear. There's some frustration. There is, how many other people have they said that they called? They need you to hear the message that I haven't gotten the answer that I'm looking for yet. So responsiveness at the very beginning is how well do you hear what your client or even potential client is trying to tell you about what's important to them, what they care about, because that is the very first thing that needs to happen for you to meet a high quality standard. Now, when we're talking about quality, I think we all agree there are different levels of quality, very high level of quality, very low level of quality. But when I'm talking about quality in this presentation, I'm going to be talking about whatever level of quality you are aspiring to in your business. That's the level of quality that I'm talking about. If you are the level of quality that you aspire to is just sort of a really solid mid-range quality level that you can hit every single time, and 95% of the people are going to be good with, okay, good. Then I want you to think about quality in those terms, because that's what you need to be listening for again with what people are saying. If they're telling you, if your goal is to be meeting that mid-range, just solid mid-range service, not doing every tiniest nook and cranny, and you get somebody on the phone saying, I've tried 8 other services before you and they always miss something, chances are not good that this is going to be your ideal client. And so the very first step is to be able to respond there, to be able to get the quality that you want for your company and that they want also. Let's see, I think I need to bring Tom back in. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. I got you back, Tom.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I found you. All right, the next thing for the A is assurance. The client needs to have a level of assurance. They need to feel that they can trust you. We all know that clients are going to let us into their homes. That takes a certain level of trust. Yes, there are some people that don't care. They're going to let any old random person in their house. They are renting an apartment, that whatever. But the majority of people want to trust whoever they're bringing into their house in some way. And there are a lot of different things that might make somebody trust your company. Sometimes it's just your name. If you are a franchise, you have something going for you right off the bat. If you're a well-known franchise, especially, because they've already heard of you. They already feel like you're a legitimate company, somebody that they can trust. They feel like other people trust you, so they're going to trust you too. So that's awesome. If you're a brand new company and nobody's heard of you, you're going to have to do some other things. So you're going to have to build some assurance and get them to trust you in some way. Without that, the quality of your company is less. If another company is more trusted than you are, your quality is lower in the mind of the client. All right, you guys, if you have any questions, throw them out there for me. Tom, you have anything for me? I know you're driving.
No, trust is like the cornerstone of our industry. I mean, you can't even get a client to do business with you, to even talk to you, unless there's a level of trust there. And, building that trust and maintaining it is crucial, because once you've lost the trust, you've lost the client.
Yep, absolutely. So you see that we're talking about how to control quality. That's the name of this presentation. And right now we're just talking about what quality is, because you can't control it if you're not trying to control the big picture of what quality is. If you don't understand that trust is a large part of what you are trying to control, you're not going to be as successful as somebody who does understand that. All right, the next thing is tangibles. And some of you are probably thinking, why didn't you just use the T for trust? No, because I need assurance. And I also need tangibles. So the tangibles are the actual cleaning. So the customer wants the stovetop perfectly spick and span. Oh, we've got Heather Canning in here. We're going to bring Heather in. Hey, Heather.
Hi.
You're driving too. Well, good to see you.
Hey, Tom.
Good to have you here, Heather. Thanks for joining us. So we're right now, we're just still talking about quality. We're talking about how to control quality, of course, but how to, Heather. So I wanted to bring Heather on as one of the people, because when you have a lot of growth, big growth, quality is one of the things that can, if you're not careful, it can get on the skids. It can be hard to manage. It's like, and it feels like you have to actively start doing something different. And so I knew Heather would be able to talk to this, because she's been going through some big growth and a lot of changes in her company. And so we'll just keep going, Heather, but feel free to jump on in there. You know how I always do. And I usually have to pull Tom out a little bit, but you're like me. Go ahead and just jump on in. So for T, for tangibles, we're talking about the actual cleaning. So this is the cleaning that the customer is expecting from you based on your responsiveness, how well you heard what they wanted, and the trust that you've built. All right. So yes, cleaning does matter, but it's not the most important thing. It's just one piece of the puzzle. It is the center of the puzzle, but it is one piece. All right. The next thing is empathy. And empathy is, do you care? They need to feel, your customers need to feel like you care about what they care about, whatever that is. So you need to have been listening. You need to have heard them when they told you what they cared about. And now they need to believe that you also care, or that your people care. If they don't think you care, they don't even want to talk to you. They feel like it's a waste of their time. And again, they feel like your quality level is lower than somebody else's quality level that does care. All right. So one thing that you're going to notice.
Hey, Liz, we were.
Go ahead. You're glitchy, but go ahead. Yeah, try.
All right. I'm going to try. We were just talking about this today, and people wanting to know that we care, right? And so many times our employees go into the house, and right now, especially during COVID, people are working from home, and they could have just gotten their butts chewed out by their boss, or something happened with their kids at homeschooling, and they're having a hard day. And because we're the ones like right in front of them, unfortunately, they take it out on us, and it's hard, and not, taking it personally, and
Yes.
knowing that, letting them know that we care about what they're saying.
Yeah, and it makes a huge difference. And you can tell when you're thinking about it, and when you're doing it, you recognize what you're doing, but a lot of people don't connect it with the idea of quality. This is part of the quality that you provide for your customer, is the level of empathy that you provide to them. And then the next thing is reliability. So how reliable are you? I think most of us know that even when the customers are loving that cheap price, they really hate that the people that have those lowest of low prices a lot of times are less reliable. And that is something that can just really make them feel like their job is less important, that they don't feel like they can trust you again. They feel like the overall quality of the company is just less. And they really want that consistency. Not just that we're showing up, but including that we're showing up, and the level of the cleaning that we provide, the level of the trust, the level of the responsiveness. They want that all to be consistent, and they want us to be reliable all the time. So if we start out real strong and we hear them and we listen to them really well, we build assurance with them, we provide great service with the tangibles, we get them the feeling that we care. Sometimes you can see how instantly that level of quality goes down in the client's minds and in their feelings. So here is one of the secrets about controlling quality. Controlling quality is more about controlling how people feel than what they think and what they do, etc. Because if you look at all these, you'll see that these are all having to do with helping the customer to feel like you're a quality service, that they're getting the quality that they want from a service. That's something that a lot of people don't think about. When they're thinking about quality, they're thinking about what does my training manual look like? How long did people go through training? Did they learn the right cleaning chemical to use on the correct surface? Am I saying that stuff's not important? Of course not. That stuff's critically important. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow in the PHC Jeopardy game, right? Absolutely, that's important. But it is not the whole picture. And the bigger picture is all of those things matter for how they make the customer feel. All right, anybody got an argument for that with me? They're like, no, Liz, you're wrong. I think it's just the cleaning. Anybody?
Really? I don't think anybody's going to argue with that one.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, like that how it makes people. Because listen, I have a cleaner that is amazing. Everybody wants her. Why? Because she does that, or she wears the
Darn it. I really want to hear what Heather is saying. Are you able to catch her, Tom, or is it just me? No.
It's breaking up for me too.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hopefully Heather will be able to chime back in again with whatever she was going to say. She started to say something that sounded like exactly what I would have said, but all right. Maybe you're going to get into a better pocket here, Heather. All right, so we talked about what quality is to a pretty large degree. Keeping in mind, not just the cleaning. So you got to keep coming back to that, y'all, because we have a natural tendency to keep letting our mind go back to what we have always thought of quality as. We all know now that it's not. So now, who impacts quality? This is really amazing too. So it's all the 5 C's. It's the company owner. Can anybody here tell me, how does the company owner impact quality? The owner's not out in the field. The owner's not doing any of the cleaning. How does the owner impact the quality? Anybody? See if you got me an answer over here. While I'm waiting to see who's got an answer for me about how the company owner impacts the quality, how about the company staff? And by company staff, I'm talking about the people that maybe work in the office or that maybe even VAs, but people that are having contact with your customers, but not typically in the cleaning aspect. Still waiting to see how the company owner impacts quality. Anybody? Trisha, a lot of you people have been in business a long time, and I know you guys know this answer. Feedback from clients. So feedback from clients, absolutely. We get down to clients, 4th one down. The clients absolutely impact the quality because they let us know how we're doing, right? Who's Facebook user? Is that Sarah, maybe? I think it's probably Sarah. She's a Facebook user a lot. Maybe Shannon? Not sure. Owner leads on quality and commitment. I would agree, Robin. The owner leads that discussion. The owner decides. Earlier in this presentation, I was talking about the quality, the level of the cleaning quality is decided by the owner, right? Some companies out there, the quality level is Macy's, right? And then we also have company owners, and their quality level is more on the Walmart level of quality, maybe tangibles that they're delivering. Both work. Hey, Rochelle. Both work, and everything in between, or higher or lower, all of them work as long as it's set. As long as the company owner decides this is what we stand for, and this is who we are, and this is what we deliver, and then pushes that message down throughout the company. So the company owner's job is to set the standards and then push the message down so that it gets absorbed by everyone else. Who is everyone else? Everybody else on this list. Staff, your cleaning professionals, your clients, and the community. Everybody has to accept and absorb that message that the company owner is delivering. A lot of times you'll hear that talked about as branding, right? Brand message, brand awareness. So the quality starts with the company owner. And I'm going to go back real quick. The company owner decides how responsive are we going to be in our company? How well are we going to listen? How well are we going to hear? Or is our position going to be, we're going to tell you who we are and we're going to get you to hear us? Maybe, could be. So not a highly recommended strategy, but I've seen that strategy. But that's up to the company owner. They get to decide that. The company owner also decides the level of assurance. What is the trust we're going to build, and how are we going to do that as a company and drive that message down into the company? What are the tangibles? What's the actual cleaning? What are the products? What are we going to use? How can you be a proactive owner? So that's what we're talking about right now, Renata's great timing. How you can be a proactive owner is think about these things as the company owner. Be proactive by deciding how well is your company going to listen to what the clients want, what the community wants, what your employees want. How well are you going to listen? How responsive are you going to be? As the owner of your company, what's the level of trust you plan on bringing to all of the 5 C's? Same thing with the tangibles. Empathy, same thing. How empathetic do you want and expect your people to be? For Heather, let's see if she can make it back in here again. Oh, goodness. Well, how did I do that, Tom?
Did everybody go away? Okay,
No.
I'm back.
I'm just not sure how my PowerPoint got all kaflooey.
You can pull it back up.
Yeah, it's on the other screen, but it's in lots of different slides now. All right, y'all, hold on a second. We're gonna try and get this small again. There we go. I think I got it. I think.
So there's a lot of different ways that a cleaning, that the owner of the business can establish these expectations. And so there's no wrong way is when it's just a matter of deciding and being consistent with it.
Yes.
And driving that in the organization, making it happen.
Yep, that's absolutely right. So Renata, I know Tom cut out a little bit, but what he is saying is there's no right or wrong here. It's a matter of being strong in your decision, making these decisions and driving that message down through your company so that everybody absorbs it and is able to act on that message. So in all of these 5 areas, we're going to talk about a few other things as well, but those 5 areas are the main areas that we're talking about right now. How can you have the right clients? So this is part of it. So make sure that as the company owner, you are deciding what is the quality that anyone in your company can be expected to deliver in all of those 5 areas that we talked about, the rater areas, the responsiveness, the assurance. Oh, poor Heather keeps coming in and out. She's trying.
Maybe,
She's trying.
right?
We got you back. All right.
I'm
and so,
finally on my side.
all right. Well, you sound good now too. All right. So the company owner, you guys have some good answers for that. Did I answer your questions, Renata? Did that make sense for you? And then the next person of who, or the next group of people that impact quality is the company staff. And company staff can impact quality in a multitude of ways also. Now, it's not just with the customer, right? It's not just if they're talking to a client on the phone or a prospect on the phone. Do the company staff impact quality when they are taking the company owner's message and passing it through them down to the cleaning professionals and getting that to be delivered on? Absolutely, right? Because that message has to be passed on correctly, and it needs to be passed on from the staff through to the clients, also to your cleaning professionals. So the company staff has a really important role to play, because they are the first line typically between the company owner and the people that are going to be receiving the quality, whatever the quality is. Okay, and what you've ever decided, which is why I did this, right? Because the quality is, again, decided by the company owner. All right, any questions there, you guys? Anything yet? Thanks, Kelly. Nothing? All right. So the next line, the third C here, is the cleaning professionals. So cleaning professionals absolutely impact quality, but is it just in the tangibles, you guys? Is it just the cleaning? Is that the only way that the cleaning professionals impact quality? No, the answer is no. Anybody? All right, so the answer is no. And they impact quality. Will your company look like a quality service, or as high of a level of quality service, or as high as you want them to be, if your people come to work with bad breath, dirty, unwashed hair, and messed up uniforms, or stained uniforms, or dirty uniforms, or ill-fitting uniforms? Is the feeling that you're engendering in your cleaning professionals and or in your clients or in the staff or in the community or in the owner, obviously, higher or lower? I think all of those things can impact quality. We all see that? So this is one more area that you have to be looking at. The cleaning professionals, the level of the quality that they're bringing in total, not just to the cleaning. Now we keep talking about, or I keep talking about, you guys keep listening about the feeling, right? How do the people feel about the quality? How does the company owner feel? That's how he or she decides what the level of quality is going to be and what we want to stand for in our company. The company staff, how do they feel about the message that's being imparted to them, and how well they feel like that message is being received by the cleaning professionals? Because a lot of this, again, is to have to do with feeling. We have to feel like we are a quality company. We have to feel like we are an amazing company. The reason that Harley-Davidson employees get Harley-Davidson tattooed on their bodies, do you think it's because of anything other than how the brand Harley-Davidson makes them feel? That's it. It's because it's how it makes them feel. Do you think that anyone that has Harley-Davidson branded on their body in any way, shape, or form will tell you that Harley-Davidson is not a quality company? Of course not. That's not a thing. Because they feel that it's a quality company, right? If you see a broken down Harley-Davidson motorcycle on the side of a road and you have a Harley-Davidson tattoo, do you think, oh yeah, I guess I was wrong, Harley-Davidson is a bad company, low quality company? Absolutely not. There is some reason why that bike is broken down that has nothing to do with the level of quality in that person's mind, because feelings are so strong, the emotions are so strong. All right. How about the clients? How do the clients impact the quality? Anybody? Because we're talking about impacting the quality, right? Who's got an idea for that?
Do you want us to answer, or are you looking for people out in the audience to answer?
Yeah, you can answer, Heather. Go ahead, throw something out there. We got a lot of answers. It's not just one answer, right? How the clients impact quality, there's a lot of answers. So go ahead, throw a couple things out.
I think it's the feedback that we get from them, whether it is, when we're onboarding the client and we're finding out like what they want and what their needs or pet peeves are. I think all of that impacts
setting
it.
the expectations, right? Setting those expectations, and what we talked about on the other slide of responsiveness. How well are they heard, right? How well do we hear what the client wants? That's going to impact quality. Absolutely. What else? So Renata says, the problem that I find in cleaning business is that I am competing with many people who can do the job, do not pay taxes, and do the job very cheap. Absolutely. Everybody in this industry has that situation that impacts us. But depending on how well you do the things that I'm talking about here in this presentation, determines how much of an impact those other people have, those other companies have on your company. If your company has made all of the decisions and is made, you as the company owner have made, let me see if I can go back on this slide here, have made all of the decisions regarding responsiveness, assurance, the tangibles, the empathy, the reliability. You've pushed that message down through your company, and people are able to deliver on all 5 of these areas consistently throughout your company. The person that is out there that can do the job, can do the cleaning portion, the technical portion of the job, and they can charge a lot less, and they don't pay taxes, they still cannot compete with you because they can't do all of the things. They just can't. Client expect level of quality and let you know how they feel. Reviews. Yep, reviews is a really good measure, isn't it, of how happy or not clients are. And it's a way for us to be able to tell how much we've impacted the clients, especially the clients that we have or the clients that we want in the area of cleaning. But how about in other areas? Would you guys agree with me that many times when you see a review from somebody on Google and it's less than 5-star, that when you read that review, it's obvious that the emotion is driving the review.
Yes.
More than cleaning, the emotion, right? So you could do a terrible job cleaning someplace, but if you can get that person's emotions switched around so that they feel sorry for you, or they feel like they want to help you, or whatever, you switch that around, then they're not going to give you a bad review because they feel helpful. They feel like they want to be on your side. So quality is, again, around how people feel. The company owner, the company staff, the cleaning professionals, the clients, and not just with the cleaning, because if you're not responsive, if you're not able to give them what they want on a regular basis, they're not going to be happy. Susan, regular quality check phone calls with clients so that they will tell you any feedback. Absolutely. Feedback is a cornerstone of a quality establishment. But here's where we get stuck. Wait, let me finish here. Since many don't want to tell you that they are not satisfied with the service, that's true. A phone call can help, sometimes an email, sometimes a text. But remember, look how easy it is, you guys, to keep going back to the cleaning. It is so easy to revert back to and reference the cleaning. And we have a lot of conversation around the actual cleaning when we're talking about the quality of our service. And the overall quality of your service, again, is small. It's a small amount of it is related to the actual cleaning portion. That's where we have to do a better job as companies, as businesses, that's where we have to do a better job. So yes, as far as the clients go, though, that is a big point. Go ahead, Heather.
But I always feel like I interrupted you because you have so many important things and I don't want to stop you. So I always say that, for us, it doesn't, the mistake or whatever happened, that's not the biggest thing. It's how we handle it. So when I have clients that are upset about something and telling them that it's important to me, it's not the mistake, but it's how we handle it, it totally diffuses them. But I sometimes actually have to say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it matters.
And you're not the only one. We do, and we have to remind ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We really do. We have to remind ourselves a lot of times. And I'm not preaching to you guys right here. I'm preaching to me, because this is all of us. We all do this. And how many times, oh my gosh, I'm like embarrassed to think of the times where a customer said to me, I don't even think they cleaned my bathroom floor. I found a hair.
Yeah.
All right. And my brain thinks, oh, please. Of course they did. It was one hair. Why? That customer is not talking about the level of the cleaning. That's not what they're talking about. What are they talking about? Oh, let me see if I can go back on my slide again. They're talking about the empathy. They're talking about, do you care? They're talking about the reliability. So if you say, well, I was there, I saw that girl clean that floor on her hands and knees. Did you fix the problem? Did you raise your quality in that client's eyes? You did not. You just took a knockout. So it's so important to be responsive. And how well do you hear what the client's telling you? If a client says, it doesn't even look like they cleaned my bathroom, you need to understand that they are not talking about the actual cleaning. They're talking about all of these things. They're talking about the entire Raider environment.
Because I got a better one for you. How many times have you heard the client say, my house just doesn't feel clean?
That's so good. It used to shine, right? The house used to shine when they came. I just miss that shine. Absolutely. It's because it's not about just the cleaning. It's not just the tangible part. All right. So the next one that we're going to talk about is the community. Community. How does the community impact quality? Anybody? What you got?
The community on Facebook, on Nextdoor, and how they.
Well, I didn't even think of that, Heather. Even better. I didn't even think of that. That's even better, Heather. Yes, absolutely. Because they're telling your story, aren't they?
Yep.
Absolutely. They're telling the story about your quality. The community is. How else? How else is the community impacting your quality?
I think that competition, if you have strong competition, it's making I always makes me want to do better.
It can make you do better. And it does make you do better. I'm a witness to that, Heather. I've seen you're a competitive person and it builds you up, right? Competition can also tear people down if they let it. If you see that if you're in an area, Southern California has a lot of this problem where they have a lot of people that come across and might be working with less than legal paperwork, et cetera, so they can clean at a lower price. And so they're competing with it. They feel like they're in a different market, right? And they feel like their community wants something else. If they're not careful, they can feel competitive and they can feel like they're losing. But if you focus in on the entire Raider arrangement, all 5 Raider ideas, you won't fall into that trap. You will raise the level of your company. Oh gosh, I hope this is making sense, you guys. I don't want anyone to walk away from this presentation feeling like I talked about the quality of the cleaning. So you see, I keep steering us away from that. It's because that's where we put all of our effort and energy, and that's where we start feeling like, that's where we first notice that we have a problem. And the reason why we first notice that we have a problem there is because most of us have some type of really good software for tracking that piece of the puzzle, right? So we use like Made Central. Right. And Heather, I think you use Made Central too, so that you have like a really good scorecard system. But a lot of you guys use Quality Driven. That's a phenomenal program to help you measure quality from the quality of the tangible from the customer service. But what else do we need to be doing, you guys? So now we've decided who the people are that are impacting the quality. So we know what quality is. We know who is impacting the quality. All 5 of those people, right? All 5 of those groups. So I'll go back again real quick to remind you guys. Oops, or maybe I won't. We'll see.
The owners. Is that the owners?
Yeah. There we go.
The staff.
The owner, the staff, the cleaning professionals, the clients, and the community, right? So those are all of the people that are impacting the quality. Now, if we have all of these groups of people that are impacting quality, we have to manage the people. Everybody staying with me? We have to manage all of those people. We have to, not just the cleaning professionals. How easily do we fall into that trap? How easily do we fall into the trap? Somebody says there's something wrong with our quality, and we fall into the trap of pointing at the employee or at the client. It's one of them. Either the client is lying. I saw 3 posts today on Facebook about this. What do you guys think? Here's the scenario. Who would you believe? The client or the cleaning professional? Y'all, that's not the right question. That's not the right question. If you're asking that question, you're going to have a quality problem for a long, long time. So your quality is so much more than just that tangible, remember. Okay, what we got over here, Robin? The quality approach is more about the client experience that they pay for from us. Yes, they pay to feel better about whatever it is that they want. That's a total experience.
Awesome.
And
yeah,
that is awesome. That's what they're paying for. They might say they're paying for clean floors. They might even believe that they're paying for clean floors. But I promise you, if your people walk into the house with this face on, throw their jackets down, strew their stuff all over the place, don't ever say hi, frown at the dog, look at the kid with a snarl, and have perfectly clean floors that pass the paper towel test every single time, you're still fired. Fired. Because your quality is still lousy. Because quality is not in the tangibles alone. Make sure you heard me say not alone, because the tangibles matter. Absolutely. Now, how do you manage people? So here's the part that I really want to get to. And now we have 5 minutes left. Sorry, y'all. That's okay. This is what Foundations is about. And this is why it's such a larger program. We take all of the issues and we break them down to a much different degree. And we look at them from a different perspective. And we break those apart and we create brand new systems around everything. In this case, quality, not just around the quality of your training manual, but around the commitment in your company. Go ahead, Heather.
Did I hear a rumor that Foundations is full?
Well, we have booked up, but we have a couple of extra people that have reached out. So we're just trying to figure out what's going on. We have no answers at this point. So we haven't shut it down all the way, but we've booked all the rooms and we've booked all the seats.
It's really sad that you only do it once a year and there's only so many spots to take, because it's so much information to take in.
I know. Well,
yeah.
We're thinking, Tom and I are really thinking, there are just so many options and opportunities out there. So, depending on if we have other people hit us up with other things, we'll have more conversation. We don't know what we haven't made a hard and fast decision, except that F11 is full. We do know that. We don't have any seats left.
You're saying that You're saying we don't know what we're doing, like it's unprecedented events.
She said 11.
It's true, Tom. It is an unprecedented event. And really, when we started talking about foundations this time, nobody could have like figured out or known that it was going to fill up in 2 days. That was not a thing. We didn't know that, right? And it's so early. It's only March, so we didn't know. Okay, but I want to hit this slide real quick because now I just cut our time down to 3 minutes. So how do you manage people? Because we have people that we're trying to manage. Well, I'm sure you guys have all heard me talk about matter, meaning, measure, and accountability. And if you haven't, well, you will, because if anybody that talks to me for very long has heard about matter, meaning, measure, and accountability. So I think that most of us recognize these 3 things are ridiculously important if we are going to deliver a quality service. We have to have commitment from the people that are involved in the process. Who are the people? The company owner, the company staff, right? You remember the 5 C's? All of those people have to be committed, or those 5 groups of people. They have to be committed. How do you get people to be committed? How do you make people want to do things for you? How do you force commitment? You don't. You can't force commitment from people. But what you can do is you can make these different groups of people feel like here we go again, Liz. You can make them feel like they matter. You can make company staff feel like they have an important role in getting that message from the company, driving it down through the company to the cleaning professionals, to the clients, and to the community. You can make them believe that they matter to the company. You can make the cleaning professionals feel like they individually matter. Sue, you clean for my company and you matter to our company because you have an eye for detail. Josh, you matter to our company because you help people keep their positive attitude all day long and keep that smile on their face. You can talk to them about how they individually matter. Clients, you can talk to the clients about how they matter to your company. Have you guys ever received that email from somebody, from a company, especially a smaller company, that says, hey, we're a small company. Liz, I really appreciate your business. I'm the owner, and it's customers like you that help me build my business. I could think of 3 businesses off the top of my head while I was talking. I was like, oh, I love them. Tumwater Auto Parts, the Wave car wash that's over here, and this little tiny, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I can think of my 3 little companies. You probably can too. So the clients need to feel like they matter to your company, like they're important. I learned this lesson from the client that I dropped one time. I was only charging her, many years back, but I was only charging her like $60, and she wanted something else put on the day. And I made the colossal faux pas of saying, Sandy, you only pay us $65. So I had somebody tell me not that long ago, so Liz, you're supposed to be the great communicator. Yeah, you know how I learned my communication skills? The majority of the time from all of the mistakes I have made. All right, so the clients need to feel like they matter. And then your community, same thing. Now, of course, here we are again, where we're out of time. But I'm going to skip by this. You guys have this thing. Everybody take a screenshot. You'll also see it on Facebook Live, so you can look at it again. How can you make the people, all of those groups, all of them feel like they matter? How can you help them to see the meaning that they're bringing to the job, to the company, to the industry? How can you help them to see the consistency? How can you measure what they're doing? What are the different ways? And think outside of just your software that measures your scorecards or your quality-driven scorecards. What other measures are there? You can come up with some. And then how do you control the measure and the accountability. Great information. Thanks, Kelly. I'm glad you liked it. Sorry, we always have to cut short, but we'll see you at Foundations, a lot of you anyway. Kelly, we'll see you. And we'll be going over this in much greater detail. Hit your takeaways, you guys. Everybody try and figure out. You have no time for a Q&A. But I thought I cut this presentation down enough to be able to do
It's
here.
a lot of information, and it's all amazing.
Great. I'm glad it's helpful. Hopefully it was helpful to everybody. Anything else, Tom, before we head out?
No. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern, we're going to be playing PhD Jeopardy. We're going to have, we're going to have a special deal for the PAC program to announce Darksea Learning tomorrow as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a Zoom call. I guess we'll post the link to the Zoom call on Facebook tomorrow as well. We'll do that. So if anyone who wants to be on the call with us can do that, or you can watch in the live room.
The way you've been doing. If you want to play the game, come join us. We've already got Linda and Denise playing PHC Jeopardy. All right. See y'all. Don't forget tomorrow's Tom's birthday.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.